Hello and welcome to another episode of Cullen on Film. We're back here and we have live right now Erin O'Brien out on the West Coast in LA. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Just hanging out here in New Jersey. It's getting a little cold out here.
Yep.
You're just saying it was nice weather out there at least.
Yeah, you could see. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's kind of perfect out today. It was 90,
And
so it's just starting to cool down a little bit, but it's hot.
it's nice to see that it's still bright out too. But
no, I gotta say, I don't miss the Jersey weather.
No, not at all. Right. Some hot days and some cold days, and it rains half the days, so it's not too bad being in. But
Right.
well, anyway, we'll start a little interview here. We do this thing. I kind of started this out because we had a show in the studio called Hang On to Your Shorts. A lot of filmmakers would come in and actors, and that kind of we can't go to studio anymore. And I teach film TV class at High School North, and we had people come in all the time, and we couldn't. So I was like, you know what? Let's Mig's doing this thing now live on the internet. So why don't we start a new show? So it's been a hit. So thanks for joining us tonight.
My high school.
Your high school North, right?
Yeah.
So did they have TV film there when you went there?
No, they just had like a theater program. So I didn't even get involved with the theater program.
Yeah.
I was taking classes in New Jersey, but not at the school. So I auditioned for like one play, and then that was kind of my life in theater in high school.
And we have an arts program now, so it's kind of blowing up. So we have
Nice.
actors, filmmakers, dancers. We have a dance class and everything. So we have an entire. I do TV film, but there's so many other teachers that work in the arts. So we'll be showing this to the students since you're alumni and you're in the business. So
that's awesome.
Since you didn't do it in high school, what got you into what got you into the acting outside of high school?
I wasn't actually acting like in North, but I was studying. I was started going to a school when I was, I guess, a junior called Actors Playground, which is still in Middletown. It's an awesome school. But yeah, I started going there. I started studying. I was kind of like really shy, so it took me like a while to like make myself do it because I just like love movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna make myself do this. I really want to do it. And then I started going to New York, which is like like an hour and 15 minutes from Middletown. So I highly recommend that to anyone.
Yeah, that's great. And then so from there, did you go into theater first, or did you start doing like commercials or films right away, or how did you?
No, I
out?
did do like a little bit of theater. I did like church theater like around Middletown.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just was studying and then doing like some. Actually, I took a break from it. I was studying, doing a little bit of theater, took a break from it. Long story short, moved to Seattle, came back when I was 27. And then I started like full on just doing a lot of indie movies in New York and lived in New York for a while. And then a little bit later moved to LA.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you did that LA move, huh?
Yeah. So I did a little like break, and then I went right back to it. So.
When you were in New York, were you getting a lot of work? Because now it's kind of blown up on television shows and a lot of indie films and things in this area.
Mostly indie film. And the funny thing is, like when I moved out here, now I go back to New York and work like a lot. Which is crazy. I work in New York more than I work in LA, which is strange.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's mostly indie film, and I work with a lot of the same directors, and I got a really good group out there.
Yeah, it's amazing. How it's grown around this area, and New Jersey is blown. It was actually doing well. It was blowing up this year because of the tax write-offs, and then all this happened. Right. So it really put a big stop on that. So how is it out in LA? Just everything just stopped and it's over.
Same thing. So I worked on a show in what was it? Not January, like November, and then went away for the holidays. January, I worked on a film just like 2 days in New York. And then February, I worked on another film. And so the year was starting out great. And then it was just like, okay, now there's, dead stop, which I really miss being on set because I just had such like great high hopes for this year. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, things are happening right away. Like
Yeah.
a lot of work coming up. So it
It,
kind
it
of stinks, but I mean, it's better to stay home and,
and
be
stay
safe.
safe, right? But yeah, it was a big year. I
Yeah.
think it was exploding. But I have that feeling that once this is all over, everyone is home writing and preparing. Are you doing any monologues for anybody? Because I know a lot of casting directors are out there looking like they're actually
Yeah,
like
I did.
studying a lot of people.
Yep. My agent actually, like, she's been sending me stuff. So I've been doing like the monologue thing. And then CSI. So I shot an audition for that. So yeah, I've been trying to keep busy, but it's tough. You really have to like make yourself because it's kind of, it's kind of depressing, like with everything being at a standstill. So I literally have to like force myself and be like, all right, like you're going to work on this today and you're going to work on this tomorrow. So I have been, getting some auditions out there.
I heard there's rumors that it might not start up till September out there in LA. Is that what you're hearing?
To be honest, I mean, maybe even later, who knows? But I feel like it's better, it's just better to make sure this whole thing is, everyone's doesn't have to be scared of coronavirus anymore. And I don't want to go to set being afraid, so it's better to wait.
Yeah, it'll be strange when we first go back. Everyone will probably still be wearing masks. It won't be very like small crews and things. So we'll see how it goes.
How do you shoot a love scene? I'm like, there's gonna be 0 love scenes in any films.
Wow. Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of films with just like 2 people talking, That's about
exactly, like this.
Yeah. This is a lot of the films. A lot of film festivals right now are asking people to send their quarantine films for free because they just want work. They want stuff. So I know a few of my students have made films by themselves at home. So you do what you can do.
My boyfriend is an actor and a stuntman as well. So sometimes we film like little like stunt videos and stuff. So that's something that we've been meaning to do. So we're probably gonna get some stunt videos out there.
How did you get into doing stunts? How did that come about?
From him. So I guess that before I met him, I was kind of doing like a little bit of my own stunts in films, like just like fighting, like nothing crazy. But it was kind of like, hire me and I can do both. I can do the stunt and I can do the acting, So yeah, mostly through him. I worked on 68 Whiskey, the show on Paramount in November, doing stunts. That was cool. And then I worked on the Tremors TV pilot doing stunts, and that was like a double whammy. That was they wanted an actress that can also do the stunt. That was
how did that go? How did the Tremors go?
It was so awesome, and I'm so sad it didn't get picked up. Like they said, they released the trailer. The trailer was cool. All my footage was in the trailer. Oh, I think a leaf just hit me in the head.
Oh, I saw the trailer. No, I really like the trailer. I saw the trailer. Go, why would they not put the show on TV? It's amazing. Like the movie was awesome back in the day, and they got Kevin Bacon back. I mean, come on.
Dude, I know. I was just like so in awe of him because I literally watched that movie like maybe a week before I got the call, and it was one of those things where I knew the stunt coordinator and she showed the director my acting reel and they were like, "Great, we'll hire her." So it was really just a phone call, like you have the job if you want it. So I was like, awesome.
That's great.
But yeah, we had just watched the movie, so we were like, "This is so cool."
Did you get to work with Kevin Bacon at all, or was that scene was
he was on set, but I didn't. And I actually sat next to him during lunch, which I was just like, "Oh my god, you're so cool!" Trying to geek out because he's an idol. He's like an icon.
That's our Kevin Bacon connection because I worked with him a few times actually.
Oh, nice. What did you work with him on? Blacklist, I think, right?
No, the following.
That's what I mean. The following, yeah. I love that show.
Ended up playing a cop on a lot of the stuff, and I did a bunch of scenes with him. But I did another movie with him, Taking Chance, a long time ago, where I sat right next to him the whole during this funeral scene. So I was like, he was talking to me the whole time. I was like, this is nuts.
I know. He's just he's Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, he was so nice. And then I worked with him again, and we had like a good rapport at that point. So I always tell people that I'm like, oh, that's our Kevin Bacon connection. If you work with Kevin and I did, that's our like 6 degrees in like one. I
love it.
So
he's so cool. So cool. I wish I had some scenes with him.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get to work with him again sometime.
He's always working, so you never know, right?
Really is. He never stops.
But maybe they could still get that picked up, or no? Are they not trying to? Or
I don't know. I mean, they're doing City on a Hill now, so I don't know if he'd be able to do both.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But that would be cool.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked really good. So
yeah. At least they released the trailer though. At least everybody got a little taste of like what could be.
Yeah, that'd be Oh well. Now you worked on a few things that I know in here in New York. You were in the Clinton Road movie, which I know like a ton of people that worked on that. So how was that experience coming back here and working on like the movie about New Jersey, about the road in New Jersey?
Oh, that was great. I actually ended up staying with my sister during the whole like filming, which was cool.
Yeah.
So I got like a lot of family time in, and then a lot of filming time. So it was like an hour. Like Clinton Road's like an hour from where I grew up.
Did you film on Clinton Road? Did you film there?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
We filmed on the actual. We filmed one day. There's a little puppy running out, so don't mind her. We filmed one day in the city in Chelsea for like the club scene, and then we filmed on Clinton Road the rest of the time, and it was it was legit spooky, like hair standing up, like chills, like it was scary, and I get scared very easily, so I was freaking out a bit, but like cell phones kept dying, like generators kept going out, like we all kind of felt like this is freaky.
Yeah, that's a very haunted road.
Yeah.
Did anyone have any other experiences, like actual crazy experiences being on there?
No, it was just kind of like little stuff, just like phones dying. That was pretty much it. But we all kind of felt it, like we were just freaked out the entire time. And it wasn't because we were freaking each other out. It was just the road is pitch black, first of all, which is scary. So driving to the road, you're like, oh my God, you can't see anything. And then there's the story about the phantom truck. So we're like, oh shit, watch out for the phantom truck.
Did you have to film overnight? Did you do overnights?
We were at least when I filmed, I was only there till maybe like 2 or 3 in the morning. Like the last night was a long night. Oh, for me anyway.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun doing that. I got into the horror. Fun. You've done a lot of horror stuff, so you like that. You like doing the horror, but you get a little scared though. Do you like watching yourself in the horror?
It depends. There's a movie called Abattoir I did with my boyfriend actually, and one of the scenes it's actually my opening scene on my acting reel, and it's in the trailer. But he's walking down the hallway, my boyfriend, and slices my neck, and it's like just like blood shooting out. So that's like a little weird to watch. But that was a cool scene. It was they put this huge prosthetic on me. It was like one take to get it right, because once they cut, like that's it. But luckily it worked out.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun doing that kind of stuff with the prosthetics. I love that kind of the makeup artists and things.
They're so amazing.
I got hooked too. I work in a lot of horror films, behind the scenes and things like that. And I just love even all independent, all small budget, but I love doing it.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and anything can happen.
Anything. You also worked on the Fifth Borough, correct?
Yeah, that's coming out June 3rd. We just found out.
Do you know what it's going to be on Amazon or?
As far as I know, it's going to be on all platforms. They didn't specifically tell me which ones.
No.
I'm assuming Amazon for sure, and then I don't know. Hopefully, I'll get some more information on that soon. But that's a good cast. I'm excited to see it.
Now, is that a full-length feature now? Because I know it was originally a show, and then they kept doing different things with it. So it's a feature?
Yeah, it's a feature. It was at the, Hell's Kitchen Film Festival this year. So I think it won for best film, or I don't want to misquote, but it won something. It won an award. But yeah, it's a full feature. So yeah, June 3rd.
I remember when they were promoting it. I went to an event a long time ago where they had a little like 5-minute screener of some of the stuff, and I think they were promoting it as a show at that time. And then I think he went to the movie route with it. So that's great.
Yeah, the cast like switched it, like some of it switched up a little bit, but yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Like it was just really good vibes on set. Like everything, I watched a little bit of the playback, and just like everything just looked really cool. I'm excited for it.
It's a fun cast too.
Yeah, I worked Vincent Young, so that's our second movie together.
Oh.
I love him. He's awesome. He did What Death Leaves Behind, what we had at Sundance last year. So he was in that with me. Yeah, and he introduced me to Steve Sanulis, director of Clinton Road, Fifth Borough.
Oh, so that's what really? Yeah, that was when you met him, and You
Uh-huh.
got these projects right from there, right? That was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Every-
Luckily, I made a good
Yeah.
group of friends.
Yeah. So you were not this year Sundance, but the year before. You said?
Yeah, not this
So
past, but the year before. Yeah, it was cool.
how was that experience?
That was my first time there, so
Yeah.
it was awesome. It was like, it's just like a big party, and you know, hanging out with a lot of other actors, and we did a really cool like question and answer with Ben Lyons, which I thought was awesome. Yeah, it was cool. It was really fun. It was too quick. It went by too quick. I was like,
Really?
this is like.
Were you there the whole time? Was it a week long or?
I was there for like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun.
That's something I want to do. I want to go out there, but like teaching, it's when we're teaching. So I'd have to go out for like 3 days only, but that was on my butt. I have to go to Sundance one of these days.
I get that. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Like that was a very cool experience.
So, well, were you working, you said you were working on a project, and did it have to come to a halt because of all this, where you said there was a show or something?
So I was in Florida working on something called Empath, a really cool thriller. So what we did was we were there for just like the weekend. We filmed a concept trailer basically, but then we were going to go right into filming in April. So obviously that's not happening, but we were all so psyched to like come back and like really develop our characters, and it's a really cool like story. So yeah, I'm a little sad that we can't finish it right now, but hopefully September-ish.
Yeah, it'd be great. It really would be great.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I know so many people are writing and ready to go. So we'll see what happens. So I'm just hoping that I get to go back to school.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It kind of,
you must be pretty bored. Are you?
Yeah.
Missing school, I'm sure.
I really miss it, but I'm so busy all day. I feel like I never get up. There's so much more work to do online with the students. There's so many questions and answers, and preparing to do stuff online. And I've been showing them a lot of clips of doing because my advanced class, we make films all day, every day. And now they got to go back to this. So it's like, learn about this director, watch this, learn about this. So like watch this Spielberg in it. So it's so different. But it's still teaching and learning film, but it's not like take a camera, go outside and film something crazy.
Right.
But you know,
no, that's gotta be tough.
Yeah. And there's a lot of talent. I gotta, and it's a shame that I can't see a lot of them. I have about 3 or 4 of them going to film school next year. So, but they're trying. Some of them have cameras, they're trying stuff, but it's a shame.
No,
but
that's rough.
I hope we get to go back. Right now it's May like 19th, I think, that they're saying, but they're just saying, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
But
we'll see.
No, they'll love it that you went to North anyway. They'll be like, oh my God.
That's so cool. I mean, I think that's so cool that you teach there.
I went to South and I learned how to do. Yeah, I went to South, so I and then ended up getting the North job. My friend who teaches at South, this same job, he went to North, so we flip flopped.
Okay, so that's awesome.
It's kind of funny, but I guess it's better to not teach at the high school you went to. I guess.
Right. I don't know. They had such a rivalry.
Yeah.
I feel like I said that.
To me, it doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, I can't even. They always ask me, who you going for? I'm like, well, I have to go for North. I mean,
you have to. Yep.
I could care less like South right now. I don't care. That was years ago. Who cares?
I think I was supposed to go to South, and then my sister and brother, because we had moved, but my sister and brother, I had already went to North. So then we just like asked them if I can go to North.
It's a lot bigger. It's a big school, and it's really cool that we have the program. The arts program has kids from South in it too, so they come over to North for the program. So that's kind of where it is.
You'll end up teaching my nieces, I'm sure. My oldest niece is going to be 13 this summer, so I think she has a year or 2 before she goes to North. Yeah,
something like this. And if to go to South, if they want to go into the program and to the arts program, then they go to North.
Right. Yeah, so. I took her this summer when I was home filming. I thought maybe she would want to try acting, so I took her to my old acting school, acting playground, and she tried it out and she had fun, but she's like, I like sports. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it was cool to go back and see like all my old, like my teacher that I studied with there and everything.
I think a lot of
Give it a
people do
try.
a lot of people start late in the acting, like maybe like after high school. Because I know a lot of people that went into acting, but not until college or after college. They didn't do it in high school. I did
Right.
I did it senior year, and that's where I learned. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Other than that, so especially guys do it later. They get
Mm-hmm.
like even with film, there's a lot of the girls are into it, making all these amazing films, and there are some guys too, but it's more the girls are like they get it earlier. I think
it seems easier for girls. I think I don't
Yeah.
know, and then maybe the guys follow because some of the girls are doing it.
But,
I actually studied. I went to Brookdale and I did theater there.
Oh,
Yeah, for like a year, and then I moved.
they have a nice theater. We went there as a class trip, so it's a really nice theater they have there.
Yeah, you know what? I actually saw the Bacon Brothers there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a great show.
I saw them a long time ago when I was really young, in Seabright at the Trade Winds.
Oh, I remember Trade Winds.
And we ran into him that night, my friends and I, and we were pretty young then. And he had he had turned 40. I think it was his 40th birthday, and we were hanging out with him. So I told him on set about that night on his 40th birthday, and it was me and my buddies hanging with him and his brother. And he's like, "Don't tell anyone I was 40 then." It's like,
oh, that's amazing. That's awesome.
I was like, "All right."
You're like, your secret's safe with me.
But yeah, he's a great guy. I'd love to work with him again. He was so much fun to work with.
Yeah, so. That's a great show. I keep wanting to say The Following.
It was so good, but I guess the story kind of ran out after 3 seasons, but it was so much fun being on set with them. It was such the behind the scenes guys were so great, and that's what you learn. Like that's when I was doing these little parts. You met all the ADs, and I watched the directors, and I learned behind the scenes stuff by watching them and just hanging out. And I was dressed up, and they would know who I am. So they after a while, so they're like, Cullen, come here, you be in this scene, you do this, or they call me up, and that's how I learned a lot of behind the scenes stuff from just being on that set. So
that's so cool. That's the best way to learn.
Are you ever thinking of doing that? Are you ever thinking of going behind and directing something?
No. I don't know, that just seems really scary to me for some reason. Maybe at some point, way down the road.
Yeah.
But right now, yeah, I don't think so. I just want to be on camera. Yeah. That's where I'm happiest.
Yeah, I found I like it behind the camera more, but I had to learn how to do it all, and that was my way in. That's how I did it. That's how I pushed my way. So
yeah,
it worked.
Yeah, everybody has a different path in, but no, that's great. That's a great way.
And so what about writing? Any writing?
I feel like that's not my strong suit. I guess now would be the time to give it a try, though.
Yeah, right. Just try it out.
Might as well.
Write something. You could always film it and then see what happens. Exactly. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
That's true.
But anything else on that you were doing some audition? Anything else in the future that you think once this starts going that you have something else lined up too, where you have that show and then? I mean, it's hard to do different things. It's hard, but
yeah, I can't really plan anything right now. I mean, I definitely I feel like I have no idea. I do think the movie the teaser that we filmed in Florida, I do think we'll film that as soon as all this is over. I think we'll get on top of that. And then I hope to work with Steve Stanulus a bunch more times. I love him, and he's always making something.
Yeah, who knows what he's coming up with next? And he's always coming up with something. He's got some story. He's
the best. I'm like, oh, can I read that script? And we have a Chronicle of a Serial Killer coming out too.
That's it. That's what I was going to say. I knew we had something else coming. So
I think the sunlight is hitting me so weird. I think I think it's September that comes out, but that's a really cool cast. Like Brendan Sexton, I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
So and that script was really scary. Like when I read that script at home alone, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so freaked out. I kept checking to make sure the door was locked. That's gonna be a good one.
He gets a lot of likes a lot of good actors and a good the cast, the all around cast always seems to be works well together in his stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, he's so easy to work for too. He's great.
Yeah, usually we didn't have the Garden State Film Festival this year. He's usually at the Garden State Film Festival here in Asbury Park. You were there.
Were you there last year? Yes, I was
Last year.
there.
Yeah. We were there. That's where I saw Clinton Road. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was there in the audience.
And we had trouble with the like starting it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I really hope we get to watch it.
Yeah, I wanted to see that, and I was going back and forth that weekend because there was a film. There was the horror con was New Jersey Horror Con was in Atlantic City, so I was going back and forth. So it was pretty crazy. But then I drove all the way back from Atlantic City to catch the film.
Oh wow! No, that was fun. That was a fun night. I had my sister, my brother-in-law, my brother, his wife. We all made a night of it. It was really fun.
Oh, it's great to have it something of yours play at home, right? It's
that's why I was so stoked. I'm like, dude, I'm definitely coming home for this.
But this year there was no Garden State Film Festival. It was they did it online. So.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
well, that's kind of cool.
I usually have a lot of student films play, so we were watching them online and things. But they always got some good stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So it was disappointing. A lot of the students really wanted to go, and it's always a fun time. It's always a blast for that festival.
Yeah, I know. It's sucks that none of these things are happening this year.
Yeah, we're hoping. I have a festival that's supposed to be in August, so who knows?
Fingers crossed.
We have one, Hang On to Your Shorts, but it was supposed to be last weekend, but now it's going to be September. So we'll see. We have an amazing lineup too. So it's like, oh, really? But
yeah, I know.
But that happens. So since we have the students watching this in the arts, do you have any advice you would give to kids that will want to go into acting in the future? So right now they're studying it in their theater, and they actually were going to do Chicago, and we had to cancel that.
Oh, that stinks. I always give the same advice. If this is really what you want to do, just go for it. And it may take a really long time, but if this is what you love, just don't give up. If you don't give up, you're going to get there, and things are going to happen. So just keep going.
And do you have any websites or anything that you want to promote that you have that Mint can scroll on the screen and things like that?
I have Erin O'Brien Actress is my Instagram, and everything's on there. I put my reels up all the time.
Uh-huh.
I just got a new dog, so it's a million dog pictures right now. But usually it's my acting stuff. Then same for Twitter, Erin O'Brien Actor, Erin O'Brien Actress at Facebook. So all my stuff's up there.
Great. That's great. So, thanks for coming on. It was great to see you out there in LA. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah,
it's still sunny.
That's great. When does the sun usually go down out there?
I want to say 7:30 ish.
I really wish I was in warmer weather. I was like, I wish I could have taken off and gone somewhere and just be stuck somewhere warm.
Right. I was like, oh man, Thailand. That would have been cool. Could have went to Thailand during this.
But we don't know how long it's going to be. I'm thinking in probably the end of the school year, but really don't want it to go into summer. But who knows? But I really want to work. That's what my summers are for, to work on sets, work on film. Yeah. So back in the past, there wasn't that many things going on. All the shows and everything shut down usually in the summer, but now it just doesn't stop.
Yep, exactly. I know. It's just one day it's just going into the next. I can't wait for this to be over just so we can get back to work. I miss it.
And they're probably usually when in December, from December through January, it's usually the dead time.
Exactly.
It probably won't stop. Everybody will be filming all the way through, I'm sure.
I agree, which is great.
Yeah. But all right, thanks for coming on. And when is the film coming out again? On
June 3rd.
June 3rd. So that's soon. So
yeah.
everyone will be home, so everyone has no excuse not to watch.
After you see it.
Yeah. So awesome. Yes, I'm sure we'll have a lot of people tuning in and checking it out. So great.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you. Bye.
Okay, bye.